Hey guys, this is Josh. I'm going to give you a little tutorial on basic ice fishing operations. Just how to set up a trap, dig your hole, check your depths. Now this is our auger. This is where we're going to start. I'm looking around the pond. I've been here before and this is one of my favorite spots right here. Gets real deep quick off the shore here. This is our auger, just a hand auger. A lot of the bigger guys in the lakes will use a gas-powered auger. We're probably in 4 to 8 inches of ice right now, and I can get through this relatively quick, so I don't need one of those big gas augers. Spend the money. A little bit deeper than I anticipated. So we are officially through. I always push the auger as far down as I can before I pull it out, get some of that excess ice out. And there's our hole. Next thing we're going to need is an ice clearer. Simple tool, takes the ice off of the hole so you have better access to the water. I always get rid of the excess snow and ice around the hole. I also use this tool as an ice thickness gauge. Stick it all the way in the hole. See how far the ice is. Yeah, so we're in about more than I anticipated, probably 8 or 9 inches of ice here. So we are good to be walking. Next thing we're going to grab is one of our ice fishing traps. And our depth finder. Again, the bigger lakes, the musky guys, the pike guys, they will have a depth finder or a fish finder, electronic. This is all I use when I'm fishing the ponds. What we're going to do is attach the fish finder to whatever's comfortable. I always go on the hook because I know I'm not going to lose it. A lot of guys will go to the leader, so it's actually going to stay on. I'm going to go with the hook. And all we're going to do here is let out as much line as we can until we feel no more tension. Therefore, we have hit the bottom. So it is no longer going on its own free will, therefore the weight has hit the bottom. I actually put a button on all of my reels so I can put that button where the depth will be. So I'll slide my button down. And that is the bottom right there. So instead of reeling up the line, I'm just going to pull it out by hand, make it easier to put back in the water. And I will give it an additional couple reels once I put a bait in there so it's not sitting right on the bottom. But I normally fish close to the bottom in the ice. Next thing we need is our bait. Again, I'm just pond fishing around Massachusetts. I'm going to use shiners I picked up today at the local hardware store. Got a dozen and a half. Medium size. There are some big fish in here. I'm hoping to hook up on one. But again, some of the musky guys, some of the pike guys, they will use perch or crappie. A little bit bigger bait than these. They're also targeting bigger fish. So I got my shiner here. I always go through the back. Some guys will say through the mouth, through the tail. I go through the back because they swim very distinct when you go through the back. A lot of predator fish target bait that looks injured. And this guy is going to be a fighter. He's going to catch us something good. So my hole's all cleared out. I'm going to go ahead and drop my bait in. And I also have a little weight on here, depending on how deep you're fishing. I put a weight on just to get it down a little bit faster. So we'll send him down. And again, I have marked my button on my line to show how deep the water is. Again, I'm not going to fish the very bottom of the water. I'm going to give it a couple reels, but I do fish towards the bottom of the water column. At this particular pond anyway. So there we are. That's dead bottom. And slide a little bit further down, as I said. So I'd like to fish right about there. At this point I can reel the excess line up into my spool. Just up to the button so we know what column we're fishing in. There's our button, and a little one extra reel there. So there's many different types of traps. These are very antiquated, if you will. Very simple though. You prop it open in an X so it fits over the hole. Pull up your flag here. Tip it down. And the way this works, you can see on the reel that there is a little cake that, oh my goodness. We already have a fish. Get the fuck out of here. I didn't even set the thing. Oh my gosh, we had a fish. Too funny, guys. I apologize for that. We had a bite there. Unless our bait is just fighting. Too strong a pull to be anything else. My goodness. So I'll continue with the explanation. As you see on the spool here, a little piece sticks out, and when something bites on the bait and pulls the reel, this hits this, and the flag will go up consequentially. Here we go. As we can see, I'll pull it back a little bit. If something bites and pulls, your flag goes up, and you know you are on to something. So I'm going to set a few more up around the pond, and hopefully get a bite here. I can show you guys catching, not just setting up. Thanks, guys.